When things are not dead but dying, and the shadow of it is long and winding like the Tennessee River, and it gets on you and in you the way Mama's peach cobbler used to. I tend to think on my people. I tend to think in certain ways, like how the houses don't smell like cornbread no more, not since the government started doing the cooking. It's all TV dinners and Chef Boyardee now, and they smell just like burning plastic and rust. And how around here ACT scores are low, but MRIs are high. And how my cousin Billy smashed his hand in a car door instead of studying. I think of how we stay up late and burn our trailers down at both ends. I think of how around here our preachers worship God with strychnine and snake venom. I think of how our poets blow their brains out at 26, and there doesn't seem to need to be a reason. I think of how Nietzsche would love it here, but we don't even know who in the hell that is, or was. The tenses shift out of our hands sometimes.
Love that.
I think of how around here, if you don't hold your mouth right, your teeth will fall out. I think of how the scholars call it Appalachian fatalism, and how we just call it getting up in the morning, but we don't capitalize it. I think of how Reconstruction is a new trailer park down where Old Man Whaley's tobacco farm used to be. I think of how I was going to title this poem Pillbillies. I think of how I don't know how to write poetry, and how I can't organize my thoughts properly in this weather. I think of how if you weren't sexed at an early age, you damn sure know someone who was, or is, and how it usually happens around the same age you accept Jesus into your heart. I think of how the best part of us ran down the crack of our mama's ass and soaked into the back seat of a 1967 Pontiac right next to the poet's brains. And how that joke never gets old. We laugh at it till we're blue in the face. We laugh at it like there's no tomorrow. I think of how I've got to quit thinking this way. I've got to start thinking about Mama's peach cobbler, Papa's Whitman knife, the way the woods feel on your bare feet. I've got to start thinking about rainbow trout on stringers and dinners on the ground. I've got to start thinking about spring, but the falls here are hard and cold and can sometimes last a lifetime.